What's going on, man? We are back again with another video, man. We finally have the two teams that are going to face off against each other in the finals. We're going to see the Warriors versus the Boston Celtics in the finals. I can't wait to Thursday, man. These 3 days without basketball are going to hurt. There's going to be a lot of highlights that I'm going to watch. I don't know who. Probably a lot of Darius Garland highlights because, in my opinion, he's one of my favorite players to watch. But we finally have the finals. First off, before I get into this video, I want to say shout out to Jimmy Butler, not to the whole Heat, because I feel like that's one of the best carry jobs we've seen in a long time. Like he legit carried them to every win. Maybe not that Game 3 win, but every game he carried. Game 1, carried. Game 4, carried. Game 6, carried. Yesterday, carried. Shout out to him. Damn. If you would have played like you played yesterday, this series probably would have been over already. But you decided to play soft. But shout out to Jimmy Butler. But the Celtics ended up winning, and we have the Celtics versus Warriors. So time to break this down. I don't know where to start, so I'm guessing I'm going to start who I think are the X factors for this series. You know what? I'm just going to break down each team. The Warriors, I think they're coming in hot right now. I think they by far have the best player in this series. I think they have the third best player in the series, the fourth best player, the sixth best player. They don't have the second, but everything else after that, they have the best player. They got the experience from top to bottom. You might see a lot of young guys, but these young guys are already battle tested. These young guys are getting led by one of the best vets and the best coach in the league. And I feel like they won't let the moment get too big for them. Steph Curry, when looking at how the Celtics are going to defend him, I don't see how they will. They're going to obviously put Marcus Smart on them. If they were smart, in my opinion, I think you should put length on them. And you should put Jason Tatum on them for start to finish. Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. I wouldn't put Marcus Smart. He would kill Marcus Smart. I think Marcus Smart would do better on a Klay Thompson or Andrew Wiggins. But as far as Steph Curry, I feel like this is Steph's series to take. Like, this is his series. This is one of the best defensive teams we've seen of all time. Just from top to bottom. And if he was able to beat this team, especially dominant like I feel like he could, that just says a lot for Steph. As far as the rest of the team, Klay, who I'm going to talk about later, Klay has to have a really good series. He can't have those mental lapses where he's not hitting his shots or he's taking dumb shots. He can't do that. I think Klay is still the same player that he was a couple years ago. I just think the only thing that he's missing or not missing or he just lost was the IQ. Klay dribbles the ball a lot. I don't know if it's just me. But remember when Klay used to dominate with taking 6 dribbles a game? It's times he's running pick and rolls and I don't understand why. I guess that's just something new that Steve Kerr wanted to add. But other than that, Klay's still the same player. The shot's still there. Yes, it's a little bit inconsistent, but so is Steph Curry. The shot's still there. The defense, in my opinion, is still there. I still think he's one of the best defenders we have in this game. And then you got Wiggs. I'm going to say right now, Wiggs is one of the X factors. Not just on defense, because I feel like Wiggs versus Tatum, he will be there on defense. He will definitely be there on defense. Making it hard for Tatum. Not stopping Tatum. Tatum is one of the best we have in the league. You can't stop guys like that, but you can make it hard. We've already seen times where Jason Tatum makes it hard for himself. So putting a guy like Wiggs who's able to lock down, he has the lane, he has the footwork, he can stay with Tatum. That's a matchup I'm loving. As far as offense, he has to be their offense. He has to be a consistent shooter. He has to get into his mid-range spots at times where the offense might become stagnant. He's going to have to get a lot of minutes. Steve Kerr is going to have to lower the rotation a lot, and we're going to definitely talk about that because I have a huge point I have to say. But yeah, he has to be there. Draymond, no dumb shit as far as no techs, no dumb fouls. You have to be the leader for this team. Then we're going to talk about the bench later. Now, for the Celtics side of things, Jason Tatum, he has to hoop. If you follow me on Twitter, I've been posting this one picture. It's the same picture every time. And Jason Tatum, I believe it was 2019. This was by far the best Tatum offensively I've seen because how dominant he was. It was a little stretch of games, 15 stretch of games where he was just so dominant. And then there was one particular game where it was against the Lakers. I think it was 2 weeks after Kobe passed. He had the blue sleeve on that he had on yesterday, and he was fucking Anthony Davis up. And I want to see that Tatum. I want to see that Tatum back because I feel like we haven't seen it yet. And in this series, not in the series, but in this playoffs, he's had a lot of on and off games, and against a team like the Warriors, a veteran-led team like the Warriors, a team that's been here before, you cannot do that. We cannot have Tatum dominate one game here, one game there, because even the game that he dominates, they will lose that game because the Warriors are so battle tested. They've been there before. You gotta be Jason Tatum that we know every single game if you want to have a chance in the series. Jaylen Brown, another X factor. It's gonna be hard for Jaylen Brown this series. I'm gonna tell Celtics fans like right now. Tell NBA fans right now. It's gonna be really hard. We got Gary Payton Jr. coming back, one of the best on-ball defenders we have in this league. Iggy is not the lockdown that he once was, but that. To me, Iggy's best attribute when it came to defense his whole career was his hands and his ability to like just outsmart the offensive player. Iggy's so smart. You know he has that patented swipe down move that he uses a lot. And he can get a guy like Jaylen Brown like that a lot because Jaylen Brown this whole playoff has been fumbling with his dribble, which is crazy to say because Jaylen Brown has one of the best handles we have in this league. But he just fumbles a lot. And putting a guy like Iggy on there who's super smart, that can hurt him. Having a player like Otto Porter on him with a lot of length, that can hurt. Jonathan Kuminga, great at sliding his feet. He's actually a pretty good defender himself. That can hurt. Like I said, Klay Thompson, at times he might even have wigs on him. He might be taking out this series. I'm not gonna lie. He might be taking out this series because the Warriors just have everything that can get in his head, man. I'm watching Jaylen Brown at times, and sometimes it seems like he's not there. He's not there. The dribbling's not there. He's taking dumb shots. Jaylen Brown does that Derrick Rose thing a lot, where he likes to pass the ball in midair after he feels like the defender is right there, which is it's a dumb thing to do, and he just can't have that in this series. A big part of the series, Robert Williams has to be healthy. I think he's still battling with that knee injury. It sucks that they rush him back this fast. I'm hoping this is not no career-altering shit because Robert Williams is one of them guys, but he has to be healthy. Al Horford, I don't think he'll be as big as he was past series. Him and Kevon Looney, I don't think so, because they're not going to get a lot of offensive rebounds because both are really good rebounding teams. Al Horford, I don't know if he'll get a lot of wide open threes because the Warriors' defense and their rotations are elite. As far as defense, he can step up on defense, but at times they don't really take it to the hole like that. They were doing it a lot last series, but they don't really take it to the hole like that for him to be that impactful. So I don't know where he's going to get his work at. My main thing for the Celtics is they have to have a bench. The bench has to step it up because I'm going to say it right now. It's going to be a point in time where they're going to struggle to score. Jason Tatum's going to struggle to score. Jaylen Brown's going to struggle to score at a point in time. I'm just going to be honest. Grant Williams has to play like Game 7 Grant Williams. Payton Pritchard has to play like Game 7 Payton Pritchard. Derek White has to show that last round wasn't a fluke and he's actually back to normal Derek White where he's actually hooping. They have to do that if they want to win. They have to. Because his Warriors team, like I said, too battle tested. Now you're probably wondering why I got Jordan Poole highlights up. Jordan Poole is one of my favorite players in the league. I made a video about him before. Literally everybody knew about him. What I'm about to say is going to hurt me to say, but I just think it's the blatant truth. Jordan Poole should not play that much minutes this series. And it's not because of the offense. I still think he should get the backup point guard minutes. But when it comes to defense, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they will hunt him every fucking time. Ime Udoka already shown it. He hunted Duncan Robinson. He hunted Grayson Allen. He hunted Pat Connaughton. He hunted Max Strus. He showed. He will just tell his players, go hunt. Go hunt him. They will hunt Jordan Poole every single time. If you're going to play him, that lineup should have Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, Gary Payton, and Iguodala. You got to have the elite of the league around him. You can't have him out there with fucking Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, Kevon Looney, and Klay Thompson. No, you can't do that. Because first of all, they will fuck that lineup up, and they will fuck him up. You cannot let that happen. You have, in my opinion, this whole series, not Grayson Allen, my fault. Gary Payton should have more minutes played if he's healthy, because I believe he's coming back this series. He should have more minutes played than Jordan Poole, because Jordan Poole, I'll keep fucking up the name. Gary Payton is an elite defender. You gotta eliminate Jordan Poole getting hunted, because like I said, he's going to get hunted even the times when he's on the court, because he has to be on the court. He's a future max player. He has to be on the court. But one thing with Jordan Poole is that I seen in the Maverick series that I hated. He was so scared to switch. He was frightened, and it's not switching on Luka. The motherfucker was scared to guard Spencer Dinwiddie. You gotta stay in front of him. He'll just chuck up a shot. That's all you gotta really do. He was scared to switch on him. I understand being scared of Jalen Brunson a little bit, but you taller than that motherfucker. He's gonna try to body you. But game 4, I believe they lost because of Jordan Poole. He wasn't playing good defense at all. He was getting hunted. And then playmaking and shooting wise, he wasn't good at that. Game 5, Steve Kerr told him, and if you watch the clips, he wasn't scared to switch. He switched almost every time. And yes, they scored because they are Jaylen Brown about to get $28 million, a max player. Luka, one of the greatest of all time at fucking 23 years old, which is crazy to say. They obviously scored. But he played better defense, and he stopped them at times because he was more willing to switch. Either we get a Jordan Poole that's more willing to switch, or he cannot play. Because if he plays, they will attack. The dogs are coming. They will attack. That's this, and I'm getting not emotional about it, but I'm getting animated about it because I like Jordan Poole. But that's the next step that he has to make. He has to be willing to play defense. Especially in moments like these when they're going to need him to be on the court because he's so impactful on the offensive side, he has to be willing to play defense. The first X factor for this for this finals matchup, Klay Thompson. I talked about it a little bit earlier. More so, he has to be Klay Thompson this series. Not a lot of dribbling. I need elite shooting. I need elite defense. If they get a Klay Thompson, I think this series can be over pretty quick. Because I already think they can't fuck with Steph Curry. Obviously he can. It's Steph Curry. But I think Steph Curry is gonna have like that series that he hasn't had yet. I think Steph Curry is coming. But if we get a Klay Thompson series behind that, I don't know what they can fucking do. I don't know what they can do. Klay showed a little bit of flashes in Game 4, Game 5, and Game 3. But I ain't gonna lie, he looking like he's here. If we get that Klay Thompson this series, I don't know. It might be wraps for the Celtics. And then for the Celtics, their X factor, I don't feel like changing the highlights, so we're gonna still watch Klay highlights. Is Jaylen Brown in the bench? Talked about it a little bit already too. Jaylen Brown, you can't get flustered by Gary Payton, who's gonna be on you. Andre Iguodala. You might see some Draymond. You might see some Klay. You're definitely going to see some Wiggs. You're going to see some Kuminga. That you can't get flustered by that. We seen him get flustered a lot this playoffs. He cannot get flustered by that. And then as far as their bench, they have to step up. Derek White was, I'm not going to lie, Derek White damn near won them that series last series. Derek White hooped all series, and it's kind of looking like on some Fred VanVleet shit. You had a baby, you hoop. He's been hooping. He's definitely been hooping. He kind of saved them last series. Other than Derek White, they have to show up. Grant Williams, I haven't heard his name since Game 7. Has to show up. Payne Pritchard, same thing. Haven't heard this since Game 7. Has to show up. If Rob Williams drops to the bench, give me like 10, 15 minutes a game. You have to show up. Stuff like that. They have to show up. That bench has to show up because they're going to need it. Like I said, that offense is going to have some mental lapses. So, as far as the rotation, because I did say I was going to talk about the rotation for the Warriors, same starting lineup, of course. You lower Jordan Poole's minutes. You raise Otto, and you raise Andre Iguodala, and you raise Gary Payton's minutes. You don't lower Jordan Poole's minutes like 20, 15 minutes. No, I'm just saying, if you're going to play him the amount of times you play him with the elite. Guys like Bielisa, Moody, I don't think they should play this series. Juan Toscano, hell no. Guys like Kuminga, Andre Iguodala, Otto, they have to play. That length scares Jaylen Brown. It fucking does. It scares Jaylen Brown. A person that's physical scares Jason Tatum. You got to play them. You got to. Bielisa, no, he can't play. Steve Kerr's rotations have to be tight for them to win this series. They have to be tight. But my prediction for this series, I have the Warriors in 7, but I wouldn't be surprised if they ended quick. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, other than that, man, that's it for this video. I will talk to you guys later on this week. I'm gonna recap every single game we get. So I will talk to you guys later this week. Peace out.